In English, we say work.
Work.
In Russian, it can be зайти, заходить, входить.
You're pulling the dictionary out.
It's funny that you always have 2 words to say a word.
Yeah, I'm just like saying everything, so like no one can complain.
Romance languages and also Slavic languages here. Of course, there are going to be some similarities.
No. They shouldn't be sitting together.
It's true, actually, yeah. I thought you're my world friend, so maybe we should sit together. Goodbye, world friend.
Okay, I volunteer. Okay.
Thank you. Baby.
In English, we say baby.
In Spain, we say bebe.
In Belarusian, we say ребенок.
In Romanian, we say bebe.
In Polish, we say dziecko.
In Bulgarian, we say bebe.
In Portugal, we say bebe.
In Italian, we say... I don't know. If we're talking about like newborns, then we say neonato. Otherwise, we say, I think, bambino.
In Russian, there are a few ways to say this word. So most common one probably gonna be ребенок. Then the other one is малыш. And the other one that you can also use dитя, dito.
Actually, I remember the word. We can use bebe or bebelush.
Bebelush? Bebelush.
Oh, I really didn't expect that.
Oh, I didn't expect that either. In English, we say work.
Work. In Spanish, we say trabajar.
In Belarusian, we say pracoвать.
In Romanian, we say a munci.
Polish, we say praca.
In Bulgarian, we say работя.
In Portugal, we say trabalhar.
In Italy, we say lavorare.
In Russian, we say работать, трудиться. You can use both.
It's funny that you always have 2 words to say a word.
Yeah, I'm just like saying everything, so like no one can complain.
She's traumatized, like that's about traumas.
Slave away.
Traumatized.
Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese was pretty similar.
Yeah, the triangle.
What did you say?
Работать.
Lavorare.
Or like if it's like when you work on a field or something like that, it's like трудиться.
I think it's the R. The way that you guys pronounce R is quite similar to each other. Probably tongue placement is similar.
In Bulgaria, we say работя, so I feel like it was closest to Russian.
And Polish and Belarusian sounded similar because it was pracoвать and Polish was...
Pracować. We also have Also, we have the robota, something like that, but it's a little bit like...
Not used that much.
In English, we say buy.
In Spanish, we say comprar.
In Belarusian, we say куплять.
In Romanian, we say a cumpăra.
In Polish, we say kupować.
In Bulgarian, we say kupuvam.
In Portugal, we say comprar.
In Italian, we say comprare or acquistare.
In Russian, we say покупать, купить.
The verb plus the E.
It sounds like you all have a C sound when it comes to buying, but only we have the B sound.
Spy. You want to feel closer to world friends? You say spy.
I have one question. Do we have to say it like already conjugated, let's say buy, or like to buy? Because it's different.
Yeah, the infinitive. I think the infinitive. Yeah, I'll say to buy. I'll do the infinitive. I think is probably the best. Yeah.
It's like to buy, like as a verb, just like in general, is покупать. But for example, if you say like I'm gonna buy something, you say купить.
Yeah, we do have kupić.
In Bulgarian, to buy is kupia, but if I conjugate it is kupuvam, which I said earlier.
So from now on, let's do infinitives.
Okay.
In English, we say weather.
In Spain, we say tiempo.
In Belarusian, we say погода.
In Romanian, we say vreme.
In Polish, we say pogoda.
In Bulgarian, we say vreme.
Yeah.
I was surprised actually.
I heard you.
In Portugal, we say tempo.
In Italy, we say tempo.
In Russian, we say погода.
Not let me.
We can also say klima.
Klima. Yeah.
Right?
Klima.
Климат, we also have similar.
Like, how's the klima today?
Yes.
But in Bulgarian also vreme means weather and time.
It's one word and it's very weird that it's a similar word to time and weather. Because time in Belarusian is время.
Yeah, same in Russian.
A lot of our ER words are lent from German typically, so they don't have a lot of connection with these languages specifically. But we also use weather as a verb a lot of times to deal with something like suffering through something. So it takes a long time to weather something. And if something is weathered, it's been outside or left alone for a long time. So we do have a light connection with temporal.
Yeah, tiempo is also like explaining time. That's why I think we have like the clima one, which is specific only for weather.
Yeah.
In English, we say to give.
In Spanish, we say dar.
In Belarusian, we say давать.
In Romanian, we say ada. In Polish, we say dać or dawać.
In Bulgarian, we say dadam.
In Portugal, we say dar.
In Italy, we say dare.
In Russian, it's similar to Polish, dać, dawać.
Italian is so easy to learn. Everything plus E.
Yeah, so I think it has to do with where the phonetics are placed in the mouth. In English, we move our mouth a lot more to make kind of, we don't use our tongue as much as we use like the rest of our lips and the other muscles in our mouth, but it feels like there's a lot of tongue action. And so I think that's one reason English speakers struggle a lot when they learn a Romance language or a Slavic language. They can't really get the R correct because we don't do this motion very often. In English, we say to eat.
In Spanish, we say comer.
In Belarusian, we say есть, and I might be very mistaken.
In Romanian, we say a mânca. In Polish, we say jeść.
In Bulgarian, we say yam.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yam.
Let's go yum yum.
In Portugal, we say comer.
In Italy, we say mangiare.
In Russian, we say есть, кушать. Not so many people use this one. Usually you just say есть, but you still can say кушать as well.
Actually, it's funny because in Bulgarian, we say the word manja like as a meal, but it's like just another word of it. And we sometimes kind of jokingly say, oh, mangiare, mangiare. Also like it's this way.
Mangiare.
In English, we don't greet each other with anything related to eating, but in Korean, obviously, it's like a common greeting. Have you eaten? Did you eat? Let's go eat. So in your languages, do you use eating as a greeting at all?
Not really.
Not really.
Not as strong as Korean. Like in Italy, we have like a huge, like you know, food culture. Everything is around food, but no.
Yeah, we ask, did you eat today? But it's like, I think it's just a way to ask, not like...
Curious about your meals.
I think in English, we often ask, how are you? But we don't actually mean it as like, how are you? We're just saying something to fill the space. So maybe it's kind of similar.
And I'm still puzzled how to say eat in Belarusian.
In English, we say to think.
In Spain, we say pensar.
In Belarusian, we say думать.
In Romanian, we say a gândi. In Polish, we say myśleć.
Sounds like mislead.
Yeah, we say in Bulgarian misля.
In Portugal, we say pensar.
In Italy, we say pensare.
In Russian, we say думать, мыслить. Like you can use both, but usually думать.
It's funny that Italian always has the R.
I never realized it.
No, me neither.
I think this sound is a little bit difficult for people a lot of times, the beginning TH sound. So do you have a similar sound in any of your languages?
In Spain, we do. We have the...
Yeah, kind of the, instead of S, there's like a THE, lispy kind of sound.
We do the Z. We pronounce it like that. For us, it's easy to pronounce a thing.
F sound in Italian, like think.
Yeah, I think a lot of times non-native speakers confuse the F and the TH because it's bite your lip or bite your tongue, basically. And they're pretty close to one another. In English, we say to hear.
In Spanish, we say escuchar.
In Belarusian, we say чуть.
In Romanian, we say auzi or asculta. In Polish, we say słuchać or słyszeć.
In Bulgarian, we might say the čuja or slušam.
In Portugal, we say ouvir.
In Italy, we say sentire or ascoltare.
Ah, we can say oír too.
In Russian, we say слышать, but like if you want to say like listen, then it's kind of similar слушать, like listen to music.
Romanian. So I heard the kind of O kind of sound at the beginning, and this has to do with the Latin root for sound in a lot of English words. So words that are related to auditory, they kind of have that ow sound at the beginning. So I heard that in your three languages. Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese kind of have a similar base to the English auditory Latin root.
Yeah, that's right.
In English, we say to like.
In Spain, we say gustar.
In Belarusian, we say podobаться.
In Romanian, we say a plăcea. In Polish, we say lubić.
In Bulgarian, we say either dejarésem or dejarésvam.
In Portugal, we say gustar.
In Italy, we say piacere or gustare if you are talking about food.
In Russian, we also have few words, so you can either say nравится, like when I like something, or you can say любить.
This is really triggering for me because it's like a reflexive verb in Italian.
Oh.
Like we never say piacere, we say mi piace. So it's like
I like.
Yeah. Yeah, same in Romanian. You can't just say like.
like.
Yeah. It's also complicated in Russian as well.
Yeah, I think many languages don't use infinitives the same way we do in English. They come up quite a lot in our grammar because we only conjugate the first verb, but oftentimes in other languages, all the verbs get conjugated in some way. So it's probably a little bit uncomfortable.
I mean, for us, it's not uncomfortable. For people who learn our language, it's difficult for them, usually.
In English, we say sun.
In Spain, we say sol.
In Belarusian, we say солнце.
In Romanian, we say soare.
In Polish, we say słońce.
In Bulgarian, we say slunce.
Slants, like the shoes. No,
Oh yeah, we also have this one for the shoes, like the slippers. Солнце.
Slants in the sky.
In Portugal, we say sol.
In Italian, we say sole.
In Russian, we say солнце.
In Bulgarian, sol we say for salt.
Regardless of the language, all of them start with a soft S sound. So I don't know, maybe when people first saw the sun, they went. In English, we say salt.
In Spanish, we say sal.
In Belarusian, we say sol.
In Romanian, we say sare.
In Polish, we say sur.
In Bulgarian, we say sol.
In Portugal, we say sal.
In Italian, we say sale.
In Russian, we say sol.
Polish sounded like sur
Yeah, I
in
was gonna say.
Korean.
Our L is a little bit different in American English anyway. Our American R and our American L are a little bit difficult. So how do you guys say an internal L sound?
L. L.
Say more like ula.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also say
Softer, maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of American speakers will actually bite their tongue when they do it, so it makes a stronger sound rather than just touching their tongue to the roof of the mouth. And it looks like everyone does a closed tooth L sound.
It might be American specifics of saying this.
American English really focuses on making the sound extremely clear, especially our R sound is really different from the British R. And so the positioning of the tongue is quite aggressive compared to other forms of English, I think. Yeah. So I'm from Iowa, which is in the middle of the United States, and it's kind of known for having unaccented.
That's why I understand.
Yeah, it was like your accent is super clear.
In English, we say cat.
In Spanish, we say gato.
In Belarusian, we say kot.
In Romanian, we say pisica. How do you say that? Pisica.
Ah, pisica.
That's in Romanian too. Bicicleta.
We say kot.
In Bulgarian, we say kotka.
In Portugal, we say gato.
In Italian, we say gatto.
In Russian, it depends on the form, if it's female or male, so you can say neither kot or koshka.
Female version.
Our male version is kotarak.
Yeah.
I see a lot of similarities, but how do you guys say like in a cute way?
Cute cat! Cute, adorable cat! That's how we say it.
Do you guys have like a cute word for it?
We have a lot, we have like кисонька, кошка, кошечка, котенок.
Like a lot of good words.
Russian people love them cats.
Like kitten kind of thing.
At least in Portugal, we always put inho, like gatinho, gatinha, ritinha.
Same in Italian, but we put ino. So gattino, gattina, micino, micina.
We're ito, gatito, gatita, perrito, perrita.
In Bulgaria, it varies a lot by the word, but for example, with the cat, we say kotence.
Potente.
In English, we say to enter.
In Spain, we would say entrar.
In Belarusian, we say zайти.
In Romanian, we would say a intra.
In Polish, it will be wejść.
In Bulgarian, will be da vlaza or vlizam.
Portugal is entrar.
In Italian is entrare.
In Russian, it can be зайти, заходить, входить.
You're pulling the dictionary out.
So I think we obviously loaned this word from Latin.
Enter, entrar.
I think the Russian pronunciations, the Slavic pronunciations, I don't think we have any loan words in English from any Slavic languages. So the pronunciation too, I can't really imagine
How to make this sound.
I'm trying to think about it in my head, but I can't do it.
I think the way we say R is different because English American R is that R you mentioned, that raw bear sound. Ours is more kind of R, so the tongue goes on a roller coaster. I think people always, when, for example, English speakers start learning Russian or Belarusian, they would be like something. And yeah, for us, it's also very difficult to say proper R without a roller coaster. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I feel like English doesn't have st, like this specific.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that kind of sound. I think actually Japanese has a little bit of that kind of TSU sound in the middle of things, but we can kind of mimic the sound in English because we sometimes have words that have the TS and they lead into another word. So when we say something like it's blah 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 blah, if we put it's next to an SH word,
they meet each
then
other.
we can kind of mimic the phonetics, but I think the tongue placement is probably still a little bit different.
And it's also with us, it's SHT, kind of like combination between sh and t, sht. Yeah.
I can do it without putting a vowel next to it, but if I put a vowel next to it, then suddenly it becomes harder. So that transition between the sh sound and then the vowel, I think, is a little bit difficult. Do the Slavic languages have a long or short vowel, or do you guys use different letters to denote?
Ours are short.
All short?
Yeah.
We also have something like accent, and when you learn the language, you should know it because it changes the meaning of the word. If you like, for example, if you say canto or canto, it might be like a different word. So I think I'm saying I'm singing and I'm saying something else. Yeah, so we do have that accent thing.
We have it too, but we don't have any way to tell you that it's there, so we don't have a marking. So like present and present are very different words, same spelling, but the stress on the word changes the meaning. So we also use stress in English, but it's not,
maybe not that
there's
common.
no hint.
Yeah,
You just have to know by vibes or context of what's around it.
yeah.
In English, we say to close.
In Spanish, we say cerrar.
In Belarusian, we say zakryt.
In Romanian, we say închide.
In Polish, we say zamknąć or zamykać.
In Bulgarian, we say the zatvoria, zatvaram. We can also use zakrivam, but that's a bit different.
In Portuguese, we say fechar.
In Italian, we say chiudere.
In Russian, we also have a lot of ways to say this one. So the most common is probably закрыть, закрывать, замыкать, and what else did you two say?
I said the zatvoria, zatvaram.
Затворять. Yeah, we also have that.
Зачинять. Also, Belarusian has a few versions. There is зачинять.
Yeah, because with us, zakrivam means more like to hide something, and that's why you close to hide it.
For us, it's like on the contrary. Like you usually would say, for example, like close the door, закрой дверь. That's how you would say. Yeah, just change the form.
Let's say for window or door, zatvaram. But let's say you want to close the curtains, zakrivam.
As затворить, затворять is more like you know, old type of word. So you don't really use it like in speech, but you can still see it written in books or something like that.
Quite close. And actually, I was surprised a lot of words in Belarusian are similar to Polish.
Yeah, as well.
Maybe I can speak some Polish. Привітання.
4 people together with vaguely similar languages and see how much they can get through.
Yeah, every language is.
In English, we say to open.
In Spanish, we say abrir.
In Belarusian, we say отчинять.
In Romanian, we say a deschide.
In Polish, we say otworzyć, otwierać.
In Bulgarian, we say da otvoria or otvaram.
In Portugal, we say abrir.
In Italian, we say aprire.
In Russian, we say открывать, открыть. Or old version, отворить, отворять.
Yeah, we can also use the utkrivam, the same for the.
It depends. There are a lot of cases when you use different ones.
Strong commentary on this one.
Well, we already closed the door. There is no need to open it.
Time to move on.
Next, please.
In English, we say to come.
In Spanish, we say venir.
In Belarusian, we say приходить.
In Romanian, we say a veni.
In Polish, we say przychodzić, przyjść.
In Bulgarian, we say da doida or idvam. Or if you want to say come, like we say ela, ela.
La 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 la.
In Portugal, we say vem.
In Italian, we say venire.
In Russian, we say приходить, прийти.
Yeah, so the Latin languages are similar.
Yeah.
When you gesture to come, so we know in Korea, this is how
I
you
actually
gesture
did it, not
politely.
the Bulgarian way.
So how do you beckon someone? What's your gesture?
Come would be this, not this.
This feels a little sexy.
If it's from your mom, it's very scary.
Oh yeah, from the parents like this.
You're dead.
So did you feel uncomfortable at first switching it?
A little bit, just because I was used to it.
In Portugal, I think we do this for the animals. Like,
It's like the opposite.
And I'm scared that maybe in Korean could mean something different. Because for example, when you cross the street in Italy, you do like something like that to the car to say thank you.
Yeah, we do that too. I'm still doing that.
But in Russian, we do like when the driver, for example, like the car stops and like you pass the road, you do like this, like to say thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, in America, I think this was also considered a little bit like get out of my way, like I'm more important. So it seems a little bit rude to me too.
Generally, we do that when we want to say thank you to a car that just stopped for us. We're like, hi.
Fantastic. Lifetime experience.
Again, that Americans are horrifically monolingual because I understood very little. I don't think anything super surprising, but I always think it's very fun whenever you hear that there are so many connections between words. Like for example, the word for mom is very similar across almost every language because it's one of the first phonemes that's easy for a baby to make. And I think we see that with like the baby words, except for Polish, they didn't go very easy on the baby word, I don't think, or was it? Yeah, that is not an easy baby word for a baby to say. These universal connections between languages, I think is always very fun to hear. Thank you for sharing with me.
Thank you. Today we compare words between 9 different languages.
If you liked our video, please like, subscribe, and love and share. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
See you next time.
Bye. Bye.